guys, it's me. Good morning. I'm here speaking to you from the hinterlands of a million insane asylums. Motherfuck. What the fuck? Fuck. Oh, you shouldn't swear on YouTube. Oh, go to YouTube hell. I am in YouTube hell. What am I saying? All the videos that I want to watch on YouTube of late keep buffering. You know that thing that goes around and around and around, that little white circle in the middle of a black screen. It's very apt. Oh. Well, I've been so depressed that it's way beyond depression actually. Really way fucking beyond that. Pure full-on psychic attack, and I haven't felt like doing a video forever because I just feel that my last few videos haven't really been all that wonderful. But then that's maybe the depression talking, you know. It's just been absolutely fucking appalling, and my hair has been falling out again, getting really thin now, which terrifies me. Other health problems that terrify me. The knowing that we live in a world where safety is something that we just don't really have. That we live in a world where everything dies. Everything is perpetually dying and decaying. Isn't it, Looms? And it's not fair, is it? Do you want to say hello? Looms wants to say hello. There we are. There's Looms. Oh, my darling. Oh. I mean, even the cats, right? Oh, sorry. See? Even the cats are really out of sorts. They really are out of sorts and are behaving oddly, to say the least, in ways they've never behaved before. Attacking each other, literally. One of my cats, the grey one, had my black boy, who is very old, he's like nearly 20, on his back, and he was on top of him, and it's like, whoa, what the fuck? This has never happened before. Ever. Oh, it literally, it's like, and I've had some thoughts, you know, and then I thought, well, I'll sit down and I'll do a video. But you know what, from now on, guys, my videos are just going to be raw. They're going to be raw and they're going to be, well, real. And I'm just going to talk to you about how I'm feeling. I'm not going to be anything other than just whatever I am. And whatever I am at the moment is a broken down, fucked up, distorted, insane, fucked up mess. And the one thing that I feel more than anything is how the fuck was I ever able to endure this shit show called reality or the world or life, right? And it's peppered with memes, isn't it? With these sugary fucking memes. I'm not talking about the few really good memes that I come across on Facebook and whatnot. There's some really good memes out there, but this world, it's like, we used to go to this cafe called the Lazy Cow. It should be called the Lazy Slut. The lazy fucking slut. Here's your fucking coffee. Puh. Right? Cheers. Yay. And it used to have all these quotes on the wall. You know, like, oh, life is so fantastic. When I die, I want to come back for another round. And, you know, shit about like how old age is just so wonderful because you get so much wisdom. And I'm like, well, that's fucking bullshit for starters, because I come across shitloads of really old people and they have zero wisdom. In fact, they're all wearing masks. So I can't really tell if they're old. Are they old? Can I just get away? You know, it's like I was doing some shopping the other day and there was this woman in there, and I mean, old, reptilian looking, with this big mask. They all look like fucking Darth Vader. Join the dark side. They want us to join the dark side, that's just it, isn't it? And the dark side has really been kicking up a fuss, and this is why I mean, some people are having some really intense and horrendous experiences right now pertaining to our health, our mental health, our physical health, and our place in this, whatever the fuck this is, right? Whatever the fuck this is. Who fucking really knows? I have no clue. I haven't got a clue. Because all the way through May, you know, I used to get insights and I used to get this and I used to get that, and I used to at least trust myself, and I used to have a sort of sense of constancy of my inner knowing, you know, all of that, but it's all gone. And I know there's going to be like trolls are going to come crawling out of the woodwork now, fucking assholes, narcs and whatnot, saying, oh, that's because you're wrong and that's because you're this and because you're that, and they get the knives out and they want to stick it in you, you see, because, whoa, they're everywhere all of a sudden. It's a manifestation of the Wetico, and it's big and it's back. It's big and it's back. Well, it never left. It's just like we're all fucking swimming in the black goo here or something. It's like, what? I got this fucking comment. Well, no, actually, I'm not even going to talk about it because I'm not even going to give it the time of day, frankly. But like, really? I mean, narcissism, sociopathy, psychopathy is what typifies this world anyway. Because it's parasitism, it's a parasitical world where everything has to feed on something, because everything is essentially already dead. Evil is dead, and so it needs a continuous supply of food to help it to maintain the illusion that it's alive. It's not alive, it's dead. I mean, yeah, I have seen things. I still had visions, and in fact I had a good dream again last night. But I've been under heavy attack. What can I say, right? It's images in my head of creatures attacking me, sticking knives in me, telling me to kill myself, telling me you're going to lose all your hair, you're going to go bald, you're going to lose all your teeth, and you're going to have to, you know, crawl through the streets, and you know you live in a world where nobody gives a fuck, right? You live in a world where there is no compassion. And I have to admit that, yes, I really find that when the chips are down, and I mean when the chips are really fucking down, all of a sudden, you're like, oh, where's everyone gone? Gone. They're not there, you know. It's been that way for me my entire fucking life, I have to be honest. I mean, I'm lucky because I've got one true friend who's always there for me. But I suppose you realise that other people can't really help you, you know, they can't. They can support you, they can give you words of comfort, they can empathise, which a lot of people can't seem to do. Which actually is going to be a bit rambly. But considering how fucking horrendous I've been feeling, and I mean it is truly beyond words, I still manage to have empathy for other people. I still manage to put myself in other people's shoes. To imagine, I do that consciously. When I come across people going through a tough time, it's like I imagine what that's like. And it's like, wow, yeah, I imagine, I can feel that. I understand. And I then know how to respond and how to give them a little love. I think that's what true empaths actually do. If you're not able to empathise, if you're not able to put yourself in another person's shoes periodically and empathise with them to know how to respond and give them a little love, then you're not really an empath, I think. Empath, you know, it's in the word. I mean, there's all these people claiming to be empaths, you know. It's like, oh, I'm an empath, you know, yeah, I'm an empath. And it's like, no, actually, you really fucking are not, because that's just a label for you. It makes you look good. So you go around telling people you're an empath, but you're nothing of the kind. Anyway, the dream I had, I was sitting underneath, it was this massive tree, a really big tree, and there was a kind of like a little cave underneath the tree, and I was sitting in that cave, and I was looking out toward my left, and there was a hole or an opening, and there were these soldiers. They looked like British soldiers that were in America during the American Revolution, you know, the redcoats. And they were there and they had their sabres and their swords, and they were sticking swords in each other like that. And I knew that I was supposed to leave my hideout, pick up my sword and go there and do that. I was supposed to allow somebody to stick a sword into me, and I was meant to stick swords in other people. And there was fear. I was like, well, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to. I don't want somebody to stick a sword in me. And there was this sense of guilt, this sense of, well, you're a bad person for not wanting to do that, and you're a coward for not doing that. So there was a shitload of guilt and shame going on there. But I still wasn't going to do it. It was like, no, I'm not doing that. And then all of a sudden there were all these dogs around me, like nice looking sort of dogs, you know, and maybe a wolf or two, I'm not quite sure, but they were just there around me, sitting there. And the soldiers were coming toward the tree and then filing past, and I'm there thinking, oh, they're going to see me, but they never did. They just wandered on by, and that was it. And I woke up and it was like, whoa. Because of course, isn't that typical of this world? Isn't that what this place is? People are continually sticking swords in each other, and when you're not willing to play the game, they tell you that you're a coward, or that you're stupid, or that why don't you just do as you're told, and why don't you just do as everybody else is doing, and blah and blah. And it's always about guilt, and it's always about shame. And those two energetic things, well, whatever, you know. And again, here my vocabulary's gone out the window as well. I'm sure it's lying around somewhere, but fuck me, I've looked for it and can't find it. You know, it's all about guilt and shame, and it's like sexual abuse. You know, you're sexually abused, and it's like, oh, it's your fault, you're dirty, you're bad, and it's you should be ashamed of yourself. You know, you made it happen somehow, and it's a core violation. They're all core violations. This world is built on a foundation of core violations. They violate our consciousness, you see. Because they had, I had an altercation on Facebook about a week ago, I think it was last weekend, and it was all a misunderstanding. I'm not great with tech, and I haven't quite as yet worked out how Facebook works. It's been 2 years, I think, I've been on there, or maybe even longer, and I still haven't quite worked it out. I'd left a post on my timeline, and then I thought I was getting a reply from some person. And the reply irked me because, in all fairness, it was a little bit like, whoa, okay. But, you know, I really took offence because I thought it was on my timeline. It wasn't. It was on somebody else's timeline because I shared the post from their timeline. Blah, 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 blah. Long story short, I felt acutely triggered by said comment and made a comment of my own, which wasn't verbally abusive in any way, but it was like, how dare you speak to me like that? So then, boom. Right, and it turned out I'd gotten it a bit wrong, and whatnot, though the comment did irk me, and had it been on my timeline, I think I would have actually replied that way, because it was a bit like, I mean, anyone claiming to have dealt with their shadow and to be absolutely perfect right now, I'm sorry, but that's just bullshit. And then their reply showed me that actually you haven't dealt with your shadow, mate. But that's fair enough, you know, we often do. I mean, we think, oh, I've attained this level, only to find out that, oh no, I haven't, shit. Oh, well, here I go, back down again. Whatever, you know. Right, whatever. But yeah, it was like, oh, see, you're just such a shitty person, you're so bad, you're so reactionary, you're so this, you're so that, guilt. And then something very odd happened, people. I call it the fog, because all of a sudden it was like, whoo, it was like, yeah, because this is all there is. This is all there is, and this is how it's meant to be, and this is how it will always be, one way or another. It will always be this way, because this is all there is, don't you know? And it was the guilt, it was that attack, that weird experience I had, And on the whole, I'm really not that reactionary. Well, I mean, I feel reactionary, definitely. It's like, let me at him, let me at him. But I managed to control myself. I'm a Capricorn. I have a shitload of fucking self-control here. Believe me. I'd have gone on a killing spree about 1,000,000 times over if I didn't. But I'd have dealt with the NPC problem single-handedly by now. Believe me. Anyway, I'll get to that in a minute as well. But it was like, whoa. It was meant to, I was showing something through that entire debacle, call it what you will, whatever, that experience. It showed me that guilt is used against us. You're so worthless, you don't deserve to exist. It's like a package. You know, you can join Sky, you can choose all these different packages, you know, well that is a package when you join the dark side, which we all do inevitably when we enter this realm from wherever it is we came from. We join the dark side because it comes into us as we come into it. It seems to me, maybe I'm completely wrong about that, but it feels that way to me. Oh, coffee, because crack is bad for you. I just, it showed me that, yeah, this is what they do, honey. They make you feel like you're an absolute worthless piece of shit, and then you really start to live on your fucking knees and accept everything and anything. You accept death, and you accept old age, and you accept disease, and you accept having to work for a living, you accept having to pay taxes, you accept all the mind control and the subliminal messaging in cartoons and all of that. You never question this experience. You accept this experience as, oh, this is normal, and this is how it's meant to be, and we won't question anything. And it's true that a lot of people claim to be awake, but they're not awake because they don't question it. They question certain parts of the experience. They'll question, say, for example, the political system, and they say, well, the political system isn't good, we need to change it and make it better. And it's like, well, you're not awake, I don't want to fucking talk to you, get. People that talk like that are just like, what? Or there's a guy called Larkin Rose, and I like Larkin Rose a lot, because basically I'm an anarchist, I don't believe in any kind of authority, bar my own. And not over anybody else either, just me for myself and you for yourself, you know. I know that's difficult because, hey, we have... You know, we live in a world which is hijacked, so, and you know, we have criminals and psychopaths and whatnot, so it's really a little bit more complex than that, but suffice it to say, Larkin Rose, right, but he isn't really that awake either. See, because these people still accept that, oh, well, you have to grow old, that's natural, and it's like, no, it isn't natural at all. Oh boy. But you can't convince people of that. You can't, you know, the truth is the truth is the truth, but it's different things apparently to different people. I mean, I've worked out that this entire experience is a fucking psyop. Getting us to accept it requires trauma-based mind control, PTSD. IA, you're so worthless you don't deserve to exist. Now start accepting this experience. Go on, take it in the gut. It's trauma-based, people. It's trauma-based. This whole thing is trauma-based. Yes, it is. I'm not saying that nothing good ever happens. I'm not saying that. But I don't know if any of you have noticed of late, but the world is getting darker and darker and darker. And I'm not just talking about the COVID-19 fucking bullshit. I'm talking about the fact that obstructionism is on the rise. As in everything is clumsy, everything is falling apart. You sustain a wound, like say even a minor scratch, and it doesn't heal properly. The scars don't disappear like they used to. Things don't heal as well as they used to. The internet went down here, then when it came back up, my YouTube isn't functioning properly now. I went in a car, we went somewhere, it's like, no, you can't go there, you know, it's blocked off, and oh, there's roadworks over there, even though there's clearly no roadworks going on whatsoever. They're just signs like, you can't go here, you can't go there. You know, I'm dropping shit, other people are dropping shit, people are driving like fucking, whoa, like like I'll just close my eyes and just drive and see what happens, you know, like whatever. Decay has accelerated in this realm. The decay has accelerated, and there is more fucking dust, because I used to be able to dust that thing over there once a week and it was alright. Now I have to dust twice a week and it still isn't alright. If you think about it, right, Stranger Things, Strange Days. Do you remember that song by, what's it called again? I used to like this band. They were a surfer band, I think, or a skateboarding band. Strange Days. You know, it's anyway, what am I talking about? You know, like, it was Strange Days by you know, by The Doors, but they did a really good copy of it, you know, a version of it, and it was brilliant. It was heavy guitars and a bit of good thumping bass, and it was brilliant. Anyway, but these are strange days, people. There's no doubt about it. This is the Twilight Zone. Everything is falling apart. I kid you not. From the top all the way to the bottom and back up again. Because, yeah, scratches. My cat scratched me because I had to stop a fight between two of my cats, which is like, what the fuck. Never happens, but it's been happening a lot lately. And it just doesn't heal right. It doesn't heal properly, you know, not at all. Like I said, my hair is getting thinner and thinner. It's appalling. You can imagine how that's making me feel. And there's just whatever this experience is, if anybody who accepts it and who thinks that the only thing that's wrong here is the political system, and if we fix that and have a better president and a nicer queen or king, then everything will be just fine. But animals will still have to hunt, kill and eat each other. We'll still have to cut down trees to build houses. We still have to mine into the earth for this, that and the other, right? There are an infinite number of things that are just horribly, horribly skewed. This is Stranger Things, the upside down world, people. That's why there's fucking dust everywhere, right? That ought to tell you something. I feel like I'm the only one that gets this. I really do. It's like, oh, you're the only one because everybody else is perfectly okay with it. Well, to varying different degrees. They haven't worked out yet that this is the fallen world and that it's not meant to be like this, people. It isn't. And you can say, well, but it's because I remember being taught this. Oh, but suffering is good for us. Suffering is good for us and we should accept it. Yeah, accept abuse because it's good for you, basically. Well, on the different layers, maybe you come in, you have an experience, you suffer, and it does give you a great deal, true. But you get to a point where it's like, all right, enough, because if you perpetually do that, then evil always wins if you think about it, right? You just go on suffering and more suffering and more suffering. No. Or like, this too shall pass. Things like that, you know, oh, this too shall pass. Yeah, that's great, it will pass, and then something else will come, and that will pass, and then something else will come. Oh, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Same type of shit. You see how we're being gaslit all the time? And it was something that I noticed the other day. There's a few insights I had anyway, but you know, as you know, I take notes of things, anything that sort of, you know, I mean, one thing we do, that's one thing I noticed, we project stuff outwards onto NPCs because we're so, as in, you know, you come across these people and you want so much to believe that they're good, souled beings because you have such a need to know that there is still some goodness and some love in this world, that you are not all alone. in the dark as we have been feeling. And so you go out there, it's like, bought a bike, went into this place and bought this bike, and there's me projecting all kinds of stuff onto the guy. Saying, oh, he's all right, and he's fine, he's this, he's that, he's all right. But he wasn't, he was not. He was a fucking cowboy, and he was a lying bastard. And he was an NPC. You know. And we need to stop doing that, people. It is what it is at the end of the day, right? NPCs are NPCs. They may seem nice, but they're not really nice at all. They're not. We need to stop. We need to realise that just because you want people to be real and genuine and kind and have some empathy doesn't mean that they're going to have. They are NPCs, they're nothing. Because they're there to, what did I call it? I had a word for it, but mundane reality reinforcement. NPCs are mundane reality reinforcement troops. That's what they are. They're here to make you believe that this is all real and that this is all right and that this is how it's meant to be, that you're the one that's wrong for even thinking completely outside the box or realizing that, hey, there is no fucking box at all. There is no spoon. That's it. You switch on your television, right, and watch shows on Netflix or Amazon Prime or Hulu or whatever the fuck, right? All of it is mundane reality reinforcement. It romanticizes this experience. It makes it look much better than it really is. Right? All these so-called period dramas where people, their hair is all in curly curls and whatnot, you know, and everybody has nice thick hair, so they have curly curls. And, you know, but it wasn't like that at all. You know, it wasn't like that at all. It was a bad time. People were fucking... They had no kind of healthcare whatsoever. People were really sick. People, it was horrible, appalling, right? And consciousness levels then, you know, were even lower. Animals were treated like absolute shit. You know, they were using. Look, they put these metal things in horses' mouths so they can ride them. Think about that. That ain't right, people. You know, I don't know what to say to convince people that this entire experience is a fucking psyop and that we need to shut this shit down. That is what we need to do. We need to fucking shut it down. We need to extract all that is of the light, as in true organic consciousness. I believe that nature and animals are of that type of consciousness. Right? I have a strong feeling, a strong connection, communion with trees. I always have had, and animals and nature, right? When I stick my hands in the soil, I can feel the life force, right? I do not feel any life force from these NPCs. I feel absolutely jack fucking shit, nothing. They are dead. It's like oil and water. The water needs to be extracted. The oil, the black oil, needs to be neutralized. And then this entire shit show needs to be shut down. Reset. Because this is an abomination. It really fucking is. It's fucking evil. It's not about changing the political system. It's not about, you know, getting rid of the royal families and then installing another set of royals. It's not about any of that at all, people. Working, that's a nasty word anyway. Work, it's dirty, it's bad, it's laden. Money, what the fuck? You know, I came, well, and again, that this is another nuance of what I've been experiencing, is that everything that I feel, the dark side is saying, you don't know that, you're just imagining that, it doesn't mean anything, you're nothing. I mean, it's been really appalling, but if I go with this and say fuck you to the dark side, then I say that I remember being in a place where it was pure holistic harmony. There was no sense of lack or scarcity of any kind. There certainly wasn't any disease, there wasn't any death at all. It was the greatest, most beautiful adventure. And when people like Tolkien or other people write fairy tales, then I believe that is their soul speaking to them. Those are stories of the light, in a way, because these things were real once upon a time. And then the fall happened. The whole multiverse, all these beings, you know, this is another thing. These people think that, oh, this is all there is. Just a ball floating in space with us on it. What the I mean, if you believe that, then there is no hope for you. Just go take your meds, you know. Appalling. It's ludicrous. It fucking is. It's so fucking stupid. It's unbelievable. There are so many different players in this. The whole multiverse, all the different timelines, all the different layers, all the different peoples. They may not necessarily look human, but it hardly matters. And all of it has been infected with this fucking black oil. Because yes, it lies within us as well as external. Because if it didn't lie within us, then poof, saw it. But it does. It created a gateway into us, in a way, by, you know, by virtue of trauma. It's much reinforced throughout our lives. And so, what's going on now? What's happening? What's it all about? You know, people, I just, yeah. Evil is a parasite. Parasites do not create anything. They merely steal, they hijack, and they mimic. So be aware, people, because there are many players right now who aren't really players, NPCs, whatever, that are very busy mimicking. Oh, we're so spiritual, yeah, we're so spiritual, but we have no empathy. How the fuck does that work? Discernment, 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 discernment. More than ever before. What time is it? 20 to 8. 20 to 8 in the morning. And I was going to have a lie-in and I woke up so early and it's like, at me. This is going to happen, that's going to happen. You're doomed, you're finished. You're so worthless, you don't deserve to exist. Wow. And all I can do is bear with it and witness. And hope that the worst doesn't come to the worst, knowing that if I'm pushed any further than this, whoa. And there's this saying, oh, you can't say that, you can't say that, you can't put that on YouTube. Somebody's gonna have to be fucking real and honest and speak out in this fucking time. Everybody's busy pretending. There's far too many happy people around. Alright? Fuck off. If you're happy right now, then you're full of shit. Anyway, something's saying, I'm done for the day. So this is a rad thing. Anyway, love you all, people. Hang in there.